I had someone asking about this gas block. Why? What's so special about this gas block? Well, this is the JP Enterprise. And I really hate taking my stuff off, especially this laser, because I do have it sighted. Give me 1 second. So now that I've got everything removed, this is a special gas block because it's not pin and welded. It is a clamp on, and this has a bad reputation, but you could see that these screws, they're huge. You could really crank them down. And this one, I'll have a video here, but I was able to run, right now I have this BCM bolt carrier group in here, but I was testing out the Centurion Arms sand cutter bolt carrier group, and right out of the box without any lube, I was running it through here with the JP Enterprise gas block and the gas tube, and it's solid. This one is really fantastic as far as reliability goes. Smoothness, now this one does have a little bit of recoil. It's not overly gassed, but you know, it is a little bit punchy. Now I did have to Dremel it. You could see here, because this is the RIS or RSI, I think it's RIS rail, and when you clamp it down, these are touching the rail, so you're gonna have to Dremel out the bottom. You could see where it's not exactly even. It doesn't bother me any, and it's not touching. As you can see, you don't want the gas block touching anything, so you are gonna have to kind of work around that. So if you're not comfortable with Dremeling, then it's a no-go. But for me, that does not bother me whatsoever, especially now that it's painted, and with everything that I had on there, like you saw at the very beginning of the video, you're not even going to be able to tell. But I have other gas blocks like this one I'm testing out, because specifically it is easier to clamp these down. This is a Vieltor, and I do have a Noveski, I do have Hodge, Defense, Sons of Liberty, Forward Controls, BRT, and I'm probably missing 1 or 2 other gas blocks that I've tested. And some of them, even as good as the gas blocks are, have had reliability issues. I've had to kind of tinker with weights and whatnot. This setup, the way I have it, it's solid. It just runs. This is my most reliable gas block. And because I do have so many platforms that I'm constantly testing out, I do low round count drills, and so I really only have like about 2,000 rounds through this, but this is the one that has had no malfunctions. If I know, for instance, I'm going to be taking a rifle course here in Florida, I know that I'm going to be taking this upper, and I don't know what lower, well, probably this lower to match this, and then I'll probably take an additional upper receiver. I don't know what one I'll take for the course, just in case something happens. You always want to have a backup upper receiver, but this is my main one. So as far as reliability goes, it's really good. Let me zoom in one more time for you, because I know I probably didn't get as good of a close-up as you probably wanted. But you can see there at the very bottom, because when you're squeezing, again, the rail together, this is going to touch the bottom of the gas block, so you're going to have to Dremel this area out right here. As you can see, it's all uneven, but then you could just paint over it, and it's no big deal. It looks badass. And this is the Tango 6. And I really do like this scope paired together, because it's just a dot, and this is just a dot, so it really runs together nicely. I really like this upper receiver. Oh yeah, really quickly, I forgot, I actually put a Blitzkrieg front post sight on here. They do go in here, and it pairs really good with this Knight's Armament iron sight. And the cool thing is, I have this all set up on a GG&G quick detach, so if I have to detach this, I can. I'm not going to, because this is sighted in, and I already removed my laser, and that way I can sight my laser back in easily. So I'm not going to take it off right now. Anyway, I hope that helped answer any questions you have, but this gas block is awesome. I love it. Anytime anybody sees it, I painted it, but whenever, because it's like a kind of a gray when you buy it, it's like a, let's see if you can see it. Yeah, it's kind of like a gunmetal gray. I had people asking me about it before. Now, because I've painted it and I have my accessories on here, people just think it's just a regular A2 gas block, but it ain't. And it has contour here too. The machining's just super nice on this thing. Sometimes I regret painting it, but you know what? Overall, sometimes you just gotta just paint that gun.